Hello, welcome back to Technical Writing. Today you're going to do my work for me because I just found out that I get to teach 270 next semester. One of my favorite courses, 270. If you've taken it with me, you know how much I enjoy it because it's a course where you get to learn about software engineering, one of my least favorite parts of computer science, and I'm the kind of guy who loves to do his least favorite parts of anything. Loves to teach his least favorite parts of anything because I find it hilarious. When I teach what I like, it's hard for me to prioritize what I want to teach and how and all that stuff, and I worry about it. When I teach something I don't like, it's easy street. That's my opinion. Anyway, Software 270, Computer Science 270, is where we learn all about different software engineering practices, things like Scrum and the Agile model and the Waterfall model and all these different things. I like to teach people about UML diagrams and project documentation and the testing phase and all of that stuff. If you've taken it with me, you know it's a bit of a parody of the industry. There's a little bit of jokes in there, and what I need to do for the next semester, obviously, is come up with some great new projects for 270 next semester. And what you're going to do today is help me. Now, I think most of you by now know my sense of humor to an extent, but my sense of humor is not probably how you are going to sell me on this stuff. It is just one of the many criteria I am looking at. What I'm looking at is good computer science 270 projects. And what is the point of this in a technical writing context? The point is that you have to write and or speak in some way that sells your project or projects to me. So in the first 30 minutes here, I'm going to give you about 30 minutes to come up with at least one project. You can come up with as many as you'd like, but you are only going to get about 15 minutes to try to sell everything you've come up with to me. And that includes any time I spend bothering you for questions. So you'll have to decide who it is that's going to do the speaking, what kind of materials you're going to prepare. You're going to make me some slides, you're going to draw me a picture, or you're going to write something. I ask that you submit whatever materials that you come up with. I'll open up the submission and take any file type if you want to make slides or something. You don't have to, if you make like a Google slide, you can just download it. You don't have to give me the link, whatever. Anyway. So the first team to finish will get a 5% bonus for being first. That's to encourage you to finish early so that we can complete this today. If I actually decide I like your project, I'm going to use it for 270 next semester. I'll give you a 20% extra credit on this assignment. You can earn that as many times as you want, and it's multiplicative. So if I pick 5 of your projects, it's going to be 20 to the fifth, whatever. A lot, anyway. You need a lot of extra credit if I pick 5 of your projects. Now, I only need something like 7 to 10, so it's unlikely I'm going to pick more than that. But I will let you know at the end, based on after I've heard everybody's, whose I'm going to pick. So remember, you've got about 15 minutes to sell your idea to me. So plan ahead, make sure you've got your materials all set, you know who's going to speak and what they're going to say. And obviously, I'm not giving you a ton of time to get ready here. Now, for my criteria, I like projects that demonstrate good software engineering practice. That means that they are projects with a lot of different parts, and they encourage planning. They have a lot of nuance. They're best broken up into a lot of different classes. They probably have a complicated design pattern application to them. I like things with like graphics and a back end, so front end and a back end, lots of different pieces that need to fit together. I like projects that have usually non-obvious but big pitfalls, so something like that's super hard that in the planning phase usually all of the students gloss over, and then later on they realize how much they got screwed over by the earlier teams that gloss over it. I find that to be hilarious. I like it when the project looks really deceptively easy, like to an outsider. I think one of my favorites in the previous 270 was Snapcat, where you just had to tell if a picture had a cat in it. And that's obviously nearly impossible. That's one of those super hard pitfalls. But it's deceptively very easy sounding. Just check if it has a cat in it. How hard can that be? So I do like interesting projects, obviously. I don't like just basic command line boilerplate stuff, and I do like it when the projects are parodies or that they have a humorous element to them. I find that when people enjoy the project, when people think that it's funny, they tend to focus more on the work, do a little bit of a better job, whereas if it's just a boring console app, people kind of sleep their way through it and just write a bunch of junk, and it's not very interesting. It should be at least kind of doable. Like a group of second-year students at John Carroll should be able to do something. It should be able to deliver a finished product of some sort. Most of you have taken it, know how scattered it is and how little time you get for development. You get something like 2 to 4 weeks total for the development. So most likely they're not going to finish. Obviously, a lot of these projects are impossible to finish, but they'll deliver something, like it's something out of it. And it should be in a language, of course, that we know here at John Carroll. So Java, C Sharp, something web related, those are probably the best choices. Python's probably fine too, etc. All right, with that, I'm going to leave you to it. If you want to pick new teams, you can. Otherwise, I'm just assuming everyone's going to be in their senior design team. So I will go bother you guys in Discord while you work, and see you there.